So hi y'all, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So I'm coming on to do another quality time with Q video. And in these videos, I am going to be talking about content from my book. So this is my new book. If you haven't seen my last video, the name of my book is Miracle Mama, A Testament to God's Perfect Timing. My book was released in April, and I am going to put information in the description of this video on how you can get my book. So my book is on Amazon for a digital download with Kindle. It is also on Nook that can be found on the Barnes & Noble's website. You can go to my PayPal, my website, and purchase a signed copy from me. And my book, if you live locally, is also on the shelf in Barnes & Noble's in Greenville, North Carolina. So I just wanted to make short videos to talk about some of the content in my book. And today I am going to talk about chapter 9. And so the name of that chapter is How Can I Help? And I just wanted to come on and talk about some of the stuff that I put in this chapter and just elaborate on this chapter in my book. All right, so in this book, in this chapter, it says, how can I help? And it starts off with a quote that says, there is no exercise better for the heart than reaching down and lifting people up. And so in this chapter, I basically talk about how you can help someone who is going through infertility. And I just want to talk about in general, how you can help people that are dealing with tough times and things like that. And one of the biggest things that I talk about is support. Just supporting people, and a way that you can support people is just being there for them, being available when they need you, going out of your way to send them flowers if you know they're having a hard day. I remember some of my friends when that were not married, on Valentine's Day one year, I made these little cute Ziploc bags full of like cute little, like just little small gifts and a little card to let them know that I love them. And that was just something special that I did for my single friends on Valentine's Day, because I know that that day could be a little depressing for some women who are not in a relationship. So that's one way that you could support someone. If you have an infertile friend on Mother's Day, maybe doing something special for them. If they had a baby that passed away in the past, you could remember that child's birthday and do something special on that date. Just regular support of people. I also talk about in here how we need to stop asking questions. Just stop forcing people to talk about things that they don't bring up willingly. I always say, if you have to ask, then that means if you have to ask, then that means you should know. Then, because if someone wants you to know something, they will definitely willingly tell you what's going on with them. So don't just keep hounding people and asking questions to make people share their personal business. I talk about advice in here. And to me, that's one of the biggest things is advice. It is easy for you to give someone advice on something that you're not going through. What I'm dealing with is sensitive to me, but to you, you could be looking at it like, girl, what you worried about that for? But it's sensitive to me. So your advice and telling people what to do is not helpful. I know, just going back to infertility, because that's my story, telling people to just adopt or just relax, it'll happen. Or just telling, somebody single, girl, you need to go out more and mingle, and just stop giving advice. People don't want to hear advice. If they don't ask you for it, then just don't give it to them. I also talk about in here how you should have patience and grace with people. A lot of people are fighting battles behind smiles that you have no idea about. A lot of people wake up every day and they put on this outside demeanor like everything is okay when they're really not okay. So you just need to have patience with people. And I feel like we're in a generation where we cut people off really, really fast. And sometimes you shouldn't cut people off. I used to be one of those people who would just, if somebody did something I didn't like, I would delete them off my Facebook. I would cut them off and be done. And my husband used to tell me sometimes, Shonda, don't do that. You just never know what people are going through. And I think sometimes, you need to have patience with people. If somebody's acting distant, if somebody's acting funny and you think they're acting strange, then you just need to have patience and grace with them. Now, I'm not saying you should chase behind people and try to run folks down to be your friend. That's different. That's just different. Be your own judge on how far you need to go with patience and grace. And I also talk about in here how you should educate yourself. So if it's someone dealing with something that you are not familiar with, if it's someone who has dealt with some type of sexual abuse, physical abuse, infertility, anything that somebody has dealt with that you're not familiar with, before you start giving them advice and putting your 2 cents in it, you need to educate yourself on whatever someone is dealing with. And like I said, if you haven't been there, you should keep your advice and stuff to yourself. And even if you have been there, you should still keep your advice to yourself, because what worked for you when you were dealing with that person may not be in that place to accept what you have to say. I can't tell anyone anything on physical abuse or drug abuse or single parenting, because I didn't have that. That's not a part of my life. It's never been a part of my journey or my story. So instead of me, trying to open up and tell people things about stuff I don't know about, then I just educate myself. I be there for them. I extend patience and grace, love on them, and try to be as much of a friend as I can to that person that is in need. So this is just one chapter of my book, and I'm going to come on and just do like a 5 to 10 minute video, quality time with Q, Miracle Mama content. My book has a lot of good affirmations, encouragement. It's just an overall faith builder. So it's not just for people who are dealing with infertility. I have a lot of people who have reached out to me to say, Shonda, your book was amazing. And I have nothing to do with them. They don't have anything to do with infertility, but they were so blessed by the content in the book. And they said it helped them build their faith and everything. So that is chapter 9 of my book. And like I said, I'm going to come back and do other short videos just to discuss the content in my book and just conversate with you guys. If you're not a follower or a subscriber of my page, please do so. Subscribe, like, share. I love you guys. And thanks for watching as always.